Good day, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and let's dive right into the thick of things and see what the market holds for us. While we do that, just keep in mind this is obviously not financial advice of any sorts. This is purely me going through a journey, showing you how I can secure and even see if I can do it for a year, $1,000 a day. And yeah, it's about learning, it's about journaling, setups, reading the market, and see if I can help everybody and we can learn together. It's all about journaling as well, so it's more educational and entertainment than anything else. So don't take real money and put it in the market if you can't actually afford it. So let's see, give me 1 second. It's almost 9:30, and then we'll see. There's nothing for us to do right now, and there we go. Right, I've checked everything. It looks like everything's working fine. So let's see what's going to happen here, or what's happening. Righty. Obviously, we see some big downward. I don't like the word pressure, but important for us to see where the gaps are. Okay. Let's just delete everything here, and we can see there's an opportunity for price to run lower here to this 50%. Let's see, 83, that's 583, 783. Okay, so let's see if we actually want to get into this this range. Let's just mark it out. Remember that. Okay, let's just call it open gap, and let's make it light purple color. All right, that's the opening gap. I am literally just gonna take it away, make it a little bit smaller, and see where's the liquidity. So these liquidity up here, so making sure you guys can see all of this. Alright, so this downward move left all this liquidity. We've managed to run that. There's liquidity down here now, and right, so let's see. Try scalp here, and short it here, and then we make it right. So I'm in the trade. See where's $1,000 is about here. Let's see. So price looks heavy to me, and I've got these lows here, and I would like to see that run towards that opening gap. And I'm not trying to hit obviously a home run, because it is a big gap. I'm just trying to get that $1,000 here. I mean, if it reverses on me here, then I guess we just have to collapse the trade, but let's give it a squiz. I guess that's one of the things that I need to get right this year is jumping into trades too early. I mean, that white candle there, that little gap up there, that could have been a good place to go short and then try to secure even earlier $1,000. But I have to sit through that drawdown, and one thing that I can see here, I mean, there's some equal highs right up here, and it sits right within this fair value gap. So there's an opportunity for price to go to, and that's a big magnet for fair value gap, let's call it that. Obviously this is not the right time to take a trade, to be honest, so I don't actually know why I took it. I thought we're gonna push quickly down to that 50% so I can secure a quick $1,400. I didn't like that, you know, the drawdown up there. So let's see if we can get this done and dusted now, and then we'll look for a proper trade. So momentum for me still look short here, and but like I said, you have to wait for the market to settle down first, and I won't be surprised if we go up to this fair value gap. See if we can get out of this trade, otherwise I'll just take the loss. Okay, so basically what we're seeing here, see if I can get out of this trade. Alright, trade's out. What did I make on it? Let me just see. I made $450, so that's fine, and then obviously it would go through the 1,000 I would have secured. But the trade was premature, it was in a market that the market just opened, so you have to give it that first 30 minutes or 15 minutes to settle down, to be honest. But we've got this opening gap 50% right here. Normally it will retrace to that and look, you know, do a bounce from there and maybe continue higher, don't know, but momentum looks pretty strong to the downside at this point, so I don't know if we're going to stop here. We might close the gap entirely. But it's also not worth jumping in a trade right here. You would look for some sort of pullback to get, if you want to do something. Yeah, would have been a nice trade for the day if I actually stuck to it, but that's obviously hindsight. So I did close it, and that's what it is. So as you can see, there's an aggressive move down. And it's not going to give you a chance to enter this trade. Let's see what it does. Looks like it's going to close this gap. I am going to take a scalp. I'm going to look for some sort of a white candle, and then if it breaks that white candle's low, that's where I'm going to try to short for that momentum push down. basically what you need to do is every day you come to the market, you got to go in with a mindset to say, all right, you've got two chances to make today profitable. Two trades. Your first trade, you don't want to make it a loss and use the second trade to just to break even. So it's going to be important for you to pick the first trade to be a winner, and not to push the boundaries then, but then it's easier to walk away from. And worst case, or the worst thing is, you take your first trade, you make a nice profit, and you try to do it again on the second trade and you give all that money back. Remember, this is time out of your life that you sit in front of a screen watching price action, trying to make some money. So you don't want to spend all your energies and efforts making a good profit and then at the end give it all back. That's just going to demotivate you, and psychologically it's going to drain you. So be very picky what you want to do. For me, I saw the obvious push to the downside. I took a trade and we started to jigging back and forth, and it was just not the right time for me. And I got out of the trade at a profit, but not $1,000 that I was meant to capture here. And as you can see, this push down could have meant a very good profit. Could easily be $4,000 or $5,000. But hindsight is always the best way to predict the market. It's better if you can do it in real life. So we made a decision, I'm sticking to it, and there's nothing I can do. I'm not going to ponder about it. It is what it is, and a profit's a profit, right? Okay, let's see what's happening here. So now it's important. I don't think we're gonna invert this gap. So what I'm gonna do is push up again. Let's just take it there. Let's take a profit down there. The reason I took this trade is this big fair value gap here. I mean, I still see momentum to the downside, so I would have expected to go in there, not to invert it, and then maybe try to test this low again. So it gives a much better entry to invert. So all I need to do now, which is pretty silly because I'm gonna have to collapse this trade if I close. Yeah, seeing that is the problem. I thought we'll have a reaction from here. I was $1,000 in profit. I should have taken it. I didn't. And this inverted fair value gap, because I saw momentum still strongly down, not because of this move, but even seeing this as a pullback, we might go into these fair value gap up here, but let's see. I'm not convinced that this is a inverted fair value gap to go long. taking this swing to this low in this fair value gap. That's premium, that's where you want to sell it. Let's see what type of entry we're getting. Okay, so the first 15 minutes is gone, and we started, yeah, so that's your first fair value gap, so that's probably a gap that's of importance, and we might go into that gap. But let's just wait and see. Okay, so we're in that fair value gap now. There's a gap up here as well. So my eye is sitting here to see if we're gonna run through this and or break down from here. Just gonna leave that there because we saw the gap filled. Into that next one. And we could be targeting up here. Didn't close below that white candle's low, so let's see. this is the important, the first fair value gap. So we could see a rejection from here to go higher because we're stuck between two fair value gaps again. All this liquidity here, if we invert this, that's where I would target to go to. It's this downtrend here. Close above this black candle's high, then I'll try another short. Not a long, sorry. Nope, didn't get it. I do think we're gonna go up here because we got a little push, consolidation now, and then give it a try and see. See if we can invert this fair value gap to get that bounce. Seeing that we've already tested this 50%, pushed away, I'm expecting some push higher, yeah. That was a dumb trade. As I inverted this, so there's obviously okay, so we run this liquidity and my eyes goes to this fair value gap. If we get to invert this fair value gap, it turns into inverted fair value gap, and then we can see, let's just go to a bigger time frame, see what's going on here. Right, so we're bouncing off this fair value gap, and we in another fair value gap, and we're consolidating, holding this opening gap. Let's do this. That's the target for the upside. I mean, here. This fair value gap is holding price. Let's take this out. Let's mark this out here. Boom, boom. Fair value gap's holding price. We smashed in it, run liquidity, and now gradually moving up. It's not, and this is maybe manipulation, and then we can see some reversal. Let's give it a squeeze here and see what happens. So for this fair value gap's holding price, there's a fair value gap down here where we run liquidity. So this could quite easily turn into a 3 drive, 1, 2, up, 3, and then reverse. The clock is in 3 minutes. Thing here, we inverted this there. You would want to see some sort of a test here, so be careful when we spike above here not to jump in early, because that might be just a test of this fair value gap. There's 637 level, and then reject lower, targeting this low. Let's look at it this way. Short. Keep it above here, something like that. It gives you almost a 4-to-1. Stretch it out. Let's make it a 4-to-1 and see if that's something that's on the charts. Amazing, guys, this is amazing. 637. How's that for a trade? That would have been a very, very nice trade with no drawdown. But yeah, nice 4-to-1 trade. If we target this lows here, and basically that entry was based off this fair value gaps bottom. What's nice about this is the high of that fair value gap, run that liquidity, and immediate reaction targeting this low. Okay, so from this 950 area, that was the start of the macro. We got a nice push down, and we still in the macro, so we might see that that gets taken out. '73s is definitely on the cards for me. '72s, '70s. There we get a bit of a push, then stop. Even down here you would have had a nice 3-1 anyways. For me to go long, I want to see price take this low with a fair value gap, then reject quite aggressively and invert that fair value gap almost immediately, 2-3 candles max. That would give me a nice case to say, alright, we're going to go for these highs, and all these, lower highs. But for now, I'm just sitting sideways. So basically, when you broke this swing point here, that's where you would have put your stop to break even and try to close partials, maybe 50% at 2 to 1, another 20% or 30% at 3 to 1, so you can secure some money. Again, for me to invert this big fair value gap, I don't like it because there's like a million candles here before we going there. I mean, these highs now also, let me take this off, also create some sort of a equal high here. It could be a potential for price to spike into and then go lower to these lows. Get that big push. Now we've got all this liquidity up here. This is a weird move, and I'll show you. So I've looked at this and I said we got this push down, push lower, invert this. Show you guys, this was all on the daily. We inverted this, inverted fair value gap, we inverted fair value gap. Now we're testing in this black candle to go higher. That was the test. And then we've got all this liquidity. Then 117 or maybe the 200 level is the target here. So I think we just need to wait and wait. So this is where we're at now. I mean, nice equal highs up here. So we just need to wait patiently. And remember what I said earlier, this looked like a 3 drive, 1, 2, come back, 3. Now we're at that 3 drive. Now you want to see a fair value gap gets inverted. So let's take these off. We'll leave this, that liquidity. But we will now eventually see some sort of a reversal to go higher. I don't like the fact that we've got 1, 2 fair value gaps, and you got to wait for this bigger one and then ride it up. I don't think we're going to go below this low. So if you do it this way, you're looking at this. And you mark this out from here. And we're getting into a discount now, so we might test this one more time, and maybe even try to test that level there. Let's see if we get I don't know, a reversal. All about waiting. The good thing about this move is this liquidity up here, lower highs, lower high, equal highs, and there's big manipulation down. Now we'll see if we want to go down once more, because if you take that high to there, this bigger candle, that's your fair value gap. You want to see price close above this level, and maybe we must mark this one out, because that's where you want to look for buys if we invert this. We could hold price in this fair value gap and send it lower into this black level down there. So I'm going to leave this open. Let me just keep an eye on it. this would have been the best inversion, or one of the good ones, where you get this black candle inverting, running a liquidity, and then the next 2, 3, 4 candles later invert aggressively with a nice buy, and this might gradually just work its way up to this equal highs, and then I don't know. See if we can take these equal highs. Secure something, yeah. Run those equal highs into that fair value gap. Do you think if we close above this black candle, we'll go a bit higher? This is obviously a inverted fair value gap. Just gonna step away quick. momentum here, and if we close above this black candle's high, that would have been a nice easy scalp to those equal highs. But I don't know if we're going to close. No, we didn't. Right, ladies and gentlemen, okay, so we've got this fair value gap here that got inverted, taking these lows out. We've got some equal highs up here, which is a good target for an easy scalp or to secure some profits. As you can see, when we took our trade, we pretty much drawdown was minimal, but the big question is now if we're going to actually get to that target there, and I'm expecting the move to overshoot a bit and try to test that white candle or try to close this fair value gap up here. And the reason these highs are such a great place for stops or liquidity is when you get equal highs within a fair value gap. That is a magnet for liquidity, and price normally drawn to that if it wants to run the opposite or run through it if it wants to continue higher. Just trying to squeeze out a 5-to-1 trade here. These liquidity up here, which we're going in now. I'm actually going to move myself stop to break even, and now it's just a matter of sit and see if we're going to get stopped out or if we're actually going to see price go into our $5,000 or 5-to-1 mark. Okay, so I've got some nice momentum to the top side now, and all I need is price to run into our profit target and secure that 5-to-1 for us. So we spiked through these equal highs, but I'm expecting price to go a little bit higher before it wants to turn around or continue higher. So guys, the reason for this trade again, inverted this fair value gap, we retested it, we've got equal highs, so there was context to this trade, and now I can see there's some momentum building up, and I'm hoping for a squeeze up into our profit target, securing a 5-to-1 trade. And don't know what just happened. lost connection there for a bit. Of course, we broke this high here. I moved my stop to break even, as you can see. And yeah, if price wanted to reverse here, it would have rejected quite strongly to go the opposite. But as I'm looking to my right, I can see some momentum still pushing price higher, and I think we'll get through to that 5 to 1 soon. This would be a bummer if we literally reverse here. That candle closed the way it is now. That's obviously not going to look good for us, but maybe this black candle holds price so we don't get taken out. I'm going to hold a trade because that to me is not a good sign, that black candle. I need price to shoot through that black candle now to stop us out if it wants to reverse. Nice long trade here where we obviously took a long at the inverted of this fair value gap. I've got my stop at break even here, and hopefully price will bounce from here to the top side. This black candle closing below this white candle's low was never good for us, but I do have some momentum showing me price to go higher. So hopefully this pullback is where it was into this black candle, and now hopefully we can see a push through to our 5 to 1 trade and secure that profit. Just to play it safe, I'm actually gonna secure that by moving my stop into profit there, and see if we can get that follow through into that to that target of ours. Great to see that push higher now. Come on, you're so close. Alright, got stopped out there, secure $1,200, so obviously not the best outcome for us. And I mean, the target was this equal highs. I wanted to see price go a bit higher, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have to stick to your guns. I still think we're going to go higher here, and we might see price move up now once it's run this low, because that would be an obvious place to put your stop. But yeah, not a bad trade if you've traded it. So let's just stick around and see how the rest plays out. If we spike into this IFEG now and taking this low out, but reject price and stop at 50%, that to me would signal that we could potentially look for price to rally up. Or maybe this black candle now, if the current candle closes above the high of that candle, then I would consider something there as well. But I do think maybe into this IFEG could be a better play. Some nice momentum suggesting price to go higher. If this white candle closed like this, I most probably would look to take a buy. Okay, let's see. Actually see if we can do a $3,000 trade here. Let's keep an eye on it. Go on, push up. See if we can get that push to that 660s. Right, see if we want to squeeze through those highs. Nice momentum. Just keep going. Go on, up you go, up you go. So close, so close. Gosh. Just push through that high. Go on, push now. Just do it. You are gonna do it, so just do it. Okay. There we go. $3,000 in the bag. Now, we're most probably gonna go up here. Right, I think I'm going to jump off now, leave you guys at it. Obviously don't trade like a maniac and just try to stick to some rules if you've got a strategy. If you don't, pop me a message and I can hook you up. I'll keep an eye on the market throughout the day. If I see something, I'll definitely post it in my community. Just be sure you like and subscribe to my channel and follow me in my community. I post a lot of things there that I see. Yeah, I'll probably see you guys tomorrow in the next stream, and I'll try to put a reminder out so you guys can you know, obviously put a notification bell so you can get notified every time I, you know, start a new stream or schedule one. So yeah, be safe, and I'll chat to you guys later. Thank you. Bye bye.